Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today I'm showing you how to make fermented sauerkraut. So it's really good for you. It's a great probiotic to support gut health and is at a fraction of the cost of what you can get at a health food store. So let's do it. So a couple other things that you're going to need for this project. I already mentioned the cabbage and the salt. You're also going to need a wide mouth mason jar. It's really important that it's a wide mouth mason jar because of the second thing that I'm going to recommend to you, and these are waterless fermentation lids, and they only work with wide mouth mason jars. So basically, if you've never fermented something before, one of the byproducts of fermentation is CO2, and if you were to just put this kraut in a regular jar, the jar would explode. So that's where these guys comes in. These are waterless fermentation lids. They have a little spout in the top that lets the CO2 out but doesn't let any air in. That's really important because your fermentation will spoil if you let too much air in. We had some neighbors going by. Okay, and then lastly you need a big bowl to mix your kraut in. And I wanted to show this bowl to you guys because it is the best RV gadget I have. It has a lid on it, and I use it almost every single day, and it collapses down. And this is actually by Pampered Chef, so we can just put it right in the cupboard. I got this for free for hosting a party with one of my friends who's a Pampered Chef consultant. And let's see, there was one other thing I was going to mention. I don't remember right now. So it's important that you take the core out of the cabbage first because that is not going, this is not as soft as the rest of it. So the easiest way that I like to do that is I cut it into quarters. And that's the core part that I'm talking about right here that you're going to want to get out. So I like to cut it into quarters. Then you can easily turn it on its side and cut out the core. See, like that. Now the core's gone. Look how beautiful those colors are. So once I've gotten the cores out, I'm just going to shred this as thin as I can, and then I'll come back and show you how we layer it with the salt. You could use a food processor to make this a lot quicker, but hey, RV living. Not really room for a food processor. Cool guys, so now that I have, I've got about half of a head of cabbage each of the green and the red cabbage. And so now I'm just going to add it to the bowl, and all you have to do is add a little at a time, mix them together, and then add a layer of salt each time. So it's a misconception that you need a lot of salt to ferment. You really actually don't. But what the salt does is it helps the cabbage to release its own juices through the process of osmosis. So salt gets that process started. And it's the juices itself that help aid the fermentation process. So just continue layer by layer, a couple shakes of salt in between each layer, and we'll let you know what to do next. Okay guys, so once you have your salt and cabbage layered up, you're just gonna get your hands in here and you're gonna squish it and crunch it and pound it for, I don't know, about five minutes or so. That's gonna help the salt and the osmosis work out all the juices. After that, you're gonna let it sit for about 30 minutes and then come back and do the crunching and the pounding with your fist again. And then after that, it should be ready to go into the jar. But I'll show you all those steps. All right guys. 30 minutes later, I got back from a jog. It's looking much more wilty. I'm just gonna punch it down and scrunch it up a little more. Okay guys, so here's what it looks like 30 minutes after scrunching, or scrunching for 30 minutes, then pounding. And I just want to show you, see that juice that's collected in the bottom? That's what we're looking for. Notice that it's just a little more wilty than it was before. And that's all you need to do, and we're ready to pack it in the jar. Okay, we're trying a bit of a different camera angle here. So all you gotta do is take your jar and stuff it on in there. Now you're really meant to pack it down in here as much as you possibly can. Awesome. So I have packed this in as much as I possibly can. See that juice on the top, that purple juice? That's exactly what you want. The main kicker when you're making sauerkraut is that everything has to be submerged in the juice. Anything below the juice is going to ferment naturally with a wild fermentation like it's meant to. Anything above the juice is going to grow mold. It can be skimmed off the top, so your batch is not ruined if that happens. Everything beneath it will still be protected and still be good, but why not avoid it, right? So with that, I'm just going to press it down one more time, pour a little more juice on top of here. There we go. Then we're going to put our waterless fermentation lid in place. Top it with our regular ring to our mason jar. And that's it. You're going to let that sit for 2 weeks. Fermentation times can vary based on your preference. Some people, it'll start turning almost immediately within a couple days, but some people like it to go for a long time. 2 weeks is usually great for me. I usually can't wait that much longer, but some people love it at 4 and even 6 weeks. So that's something for you to experiment with at home and see what you like. As this ferments, the color will change. So right now, you can really clearly see the difference between the green and the purple kraut, but it's going to all kind of turn a pink color. It's going to be beautiful. And I will post the finished product on the Instagram so you guys can see that later. And you can follow me there at alma_healing. And anyway, thanks for joining. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe, because I'm going to share all sorts of, holistic and natural things that we're making here in our tiny life on the road. So thanks, and we'll see you next time.